What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are working on Sam's LB7 Duramax today. Again, most of you guys know I'm a Cummins guy through and through, but Sam has a Duramax. It's a pretty sharp truck. I've got nothing against it, just not a Duramax guy, but I do try to do all the work for him that I can, just because I want to save him as much on labor as he could help me with stuff. So we are installing a PPE race valve or something. I don't know. He goes through Duramax tuner and calibrated power for all of his tuning and all the solutions for this truck, and right now it's not holding rail. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He wants me to throw this on. Hopefully it fixes it. I don't know if it will. There is literally zero information on how to install this thing. There's information for LLYs and LBZs, but I'm just going to show you guys how to get to it, because I googled it and there's no information. I don't know Duramaxes, but I ended up figuring it out on my own. Basically, you can take off some of the stuff, like just taking off this boot and stuff like that. It makes it easier to get to the bolts for the front of the turbo. And everything the few guys I did see videos, they took off all this stuff up here. I mean, literally everything. And quite frankly, in my opinion, I would rather take a little bit more time and get those off without having to take all this stuff off. I just used a 1/4 inch drive, flexible head, ratchet, and a 10 mil to get to the bottom right bolt. And then the rest of the bolts I got to with just a 10 millimeter end wrench. If you have a long one, like here's the one I was using. If you have a longer one than this, I would make sure to have this one and a longer one. It would make life a lot easier. A ratchet wrench, or the ratchet wrench I was using, the end of it was too big around to fit in there and it wouldn't work. But there's 3 of those bolts, and if you get those off, you're... Alright guys, so we're going to take a little pause. So basically, all the stuff that you need to take off, or whatever you have to do to be able to get those 3 turbo inlet bolts or whatever, and that is mainly just the boots on the turbo and a few lines here and there just to get enough room, and it will save you a bunch of time to not have to take all the stuff on the front out. I just wanted to put that little disclaimer in there for you. Plug will be right. See if you guys can see it. The sensor is over here, so it's not this, but it's right here. See if you guys can see that right there where this banjo bolt is and stuff. It's right there. So if you're having trouble locating it, this is where it's at. I unplugged the rail sensor, which is over here to the right. Again, this is it's not easy to see, but you guys can see my hand right here. There's the rail sensor, which I can plug that back in. I was just looking at it, making sure the connection was good. But yeah, the plug's right here, so we got to undo this, which I believe is a 19 mil. My 18 didn't fit, so I'm assuming it's a 19, and we'll undo that and then break this loose. And once I get it out of there, I will show you guys what it looks like, and we will swap it for our new PPE race valve, or whatever they call it. On a Cummins, this would have taken me, for a rail plug, 5 minutes maybe. This has taken me hours just to figure it out, because there's no information. So hopefully I can help you guys. All right, guys, so we got the little plug out of there. You can see it was sitting on the other side of this little line. And here's some of the differences. I mean, you can tell the ends are definitely different. And then in this one, I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually a hole in there. And this one, it's either there and it's really small, or it's non-existent. I can't really tell. Definitely a big difference in the PPE one. But we got it out, so probably going to put some, I don't know, you can tell a little bit, there's some thread sealant or something on these threads, so probably put some thread sealant on there on the new one and go ahead and throw it in, because there's no O-ring, which kind of surprised me. But some thread sealant and put it back in here. It is kind of a pain to get. You kind of got to get on this line with a screwdriver and kind of pry on it a little bit to get enough room to get the plug out, but it did come out. And yeah, so now everything just goes back together where you took it apart. Okay, so I did not happen to get a video for after the install or anything like that on the ride along, but the truck did feel a lot faster, and let me tell you guys before, this thing is very slow. I expect Duramaxes to be fast. I was always told they were fast, and they don't hold a candle to anything I've owned, or any of them that I've rode in anyway. But this definitely woke this truck up, and it is way faster now. I need to hook up the laptop and see what kind of rail it is holding, and I don't know if it's holding full rail, but it's definitely better than it was. So we will keep diagnosing and looking into what all is going on with this truck. But overall, great upgrade, definitely worth the money. If you're having these issues, it'll probably more than likely solve it. And I really hope this helped you guys. And if not, I apologize. There's not really that much out there, and I'm sure you guys can figure this out. But until next time on the Old School Crew, we will see you later, and probably won't be another Duramax video for a while. So we will see you guys later, and have a good one.